If I told you you could improve your cardiovascular system, build a great aerobic base, run 2 minutes faster per kilometer by running at a low heart rate for 70 minutes 5 times a week, and after 365 days, be able to run for 90 minutes 5 times a week, would you be willing to make some sacrifices? Keep in mind that at first you'll need to walk for a while and have a lot of patience and be quite self-disciplined. Additionally, you'll need to be prepared to run in extreme weather conditions if you don't have a treadmill, such as winter snowstorms or scorching heat that may make you feel like your skin is melting. So would you do it? Would you be up for the challenge? What if I told you that it will be the slowest you've ever run? Let me tell you a story. So last August, I decided that I would run for 30 days. And then in September, I thought I'd continue on. And I ended up running about 90 days in a row. And I saw some really awesome results. Now the thing is I wasn't running in my Maffetone zone. And I did that for a reason. And the reason was I wanted to run. I didn't want to just plod along and just walk. I had done 7 months of that, of hiking with my dog. I decided that it needed to change and I needed to run for my mental health, and I needed a change. But trying to figure out what would be best, whether I continue a Maffetone approach or I would just get out there and just run for the sake of running and see which would bring me the results I wanted to see. And so in that time of running in zone 2, basically the Kavarvan method, by running in that zone, I saw some cool results. But how did they compare with when I did my year-long running of using the Maffetone method? What would be the difference between the two of them? And this is what I found. So when I look at my results when I'm training using low heart rate, I can see that when I first started out, it took me about 8 months to really hit that groove and come down like 2 minutes, okay? Took a long time. However, when I kind of restarted that back up again last year, it took me 3 months, okay? What a big difference. Now, I took a couple of months, I took about 2 months off and I started it up again. And this time it took again about 3 months before I started to see my time dip down. And you can see in these charts here how much I was running, how much time I was running, what the distance was, and where my math test was on each month that I did this. Now, it wasn't every single month. There was a couple of months I missed in there, but overall, it took me about 3 months. And that's a good number. That's like that 90-day period that I was talking about in this video right here. So in 90 days, a lot can change. And 2 minutes is a significant amount of time to run faster per kilometer when you're using low heart rate training after you've built up an initial base. The first time you do this, it takes a while to build that base. However, if you take some time off, yeah, it's gonna drop back down again, but is it gonna take you that 8 months to get back again? It's called muscle memory. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyways. And it comes back faster than you think. Now, some of the months I was running and it was every single day. That's when it was like August, September, October, every day for 90 days. This time round, I didn't do it every single day. Now, the first 30 days in January 2023, that's what happened. But then I've taken about, 21 days off kind of in between. I've missed a couple of weeks, that type of thing. But again, muscle memory works. But the one thing that I did know is if I would just get out and run, things would change. Whether it's running 5 kilometers every day or every couple of days or 10 kilometers, or you throw in, a 10 miler in there or whatever it is. Is it the long run that makes you faster? What is it that makes you faster? And yeah, it takes time to build up your aerobic base. And look, it doesn't come easy. And I'm not going to say that, it's just going to happen. It takes time. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of work, and you got to want it. I had used the Maffetone method for quite a while, right? You guys that have been following me for a while, you understand that. For some of you that have just started following me, look, there's a lot of videos on my channel. If you want to kind of click into one of the playlists, I'm sure that would kind of bring you up to speed on kind of my adventures with running and whatnot. So after a lot of thought and trying to figure out what would bring me the best results? Could it be food, right? Is it rest? What is that one action that's going to, so I'm going to look back and go, wow, man, that was flipping awesome. I was able to achieve this amazing result. If I only did this one thing, what would it be? If there was one thing that would bring me the success that I wanted in my running, in my training, to be able to run faster at a low heart rate, what would that single thing be? Consistency in your training will provide you with the biggest results you could possibly get. And I've been trying to figure that out for the last number of years. It's not just one method. It's not just the Maffetone method, and it's not just the Kavarvan method or zone 2 training or interval training or 80-20. It's not just any of those things. It's the consistency that you put out each and every day in your training. If you do something consistently enough, you will start to see results. The thing about consistency is sometimes the consistency is not what you think it's going to be. Like today, I didn't get a run in this morning, so I brought my clothes with me. Or I thought I brought all of my clothes with me, and I'm getting dressed in the car, and the very first thing I'm about to put on is underwear, running underwear, and I don't have it. And then I go looking for my shirt, and I don't have it. So it kind of bums me out that I couldn't get out. I was going to do like an hour and a half run today. However, it's just not going to happen, and I'm actually going to get out and just do maybe a 5-kilometer walk when it's all said and done. But I mean, it's a gorgeous area that I'm in. It's like this campground that's kind of closed at the moment next to the river. I mean, it's just stunning. But the thing is you just be consistent, and yeah, the intention was there, which was good. However, I just got to walk today. And you know what? It's kind of a good thing because one of my knees is a little kind of tender. I don't know what happened, but anyways, yeah, so sometimes your day doesn't go as planned. So walking is the next best thing, and there's nothing wrong with walking. You can walk and still be a runner, if you know what I mean. The winter runoff is crazy. The river is so high right now. Unbelievable. And we're gonna get a whole lot more rain over the next couple of days, so this will even get higher, I'm sure. It's very cool though. Yeah, you have to recover. That's also important. However, if you put in the work, each and every day, little by little, you will slowly start to see improvements. Now, you may not see it happen all at once, but after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months of continuously sticking to it, you will start to see a glimmer of hope. And it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I'm so much faster. I can run so much further. I am recovering well. I am enjoying the sport. I am ready to run this marathon. I'm ready to run a half marathon. These things happen over time. And the amazing thing about this story about trying to find your groove, about trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, is it's your story. You do what's right for you, and only you see the results. You're not dependent on anybody else. If you just get out and run, it's on your hands. And the more consistent you are in your running, you will improve. And even if you start running 1 kilometer or 1 mile, over time you work your way up, and then you're running 10 miles. Before you know it, you're running a marathon. And that's no joke. That's real. That's some hard work. And the more consistent you are at running and building that aerobic base, the longer you'll be able to run. And the further you'll be able to run without just tiring out. Yeah, you're going to have to fuel. Yeah, you're going to have rest days. But if you consistently do the sport that you love to do, what can go wrong? Like what's that end result? You're enjoying life. You absorb all the benefits that come with it. Your mental health starts to change. You enjoy getting out of the house. Your anxiety starts to dissipate. You solve problems on the run. You come back a happier person. There's a lot of great things that happen when you run consistently. For me, it's about consistency. Consistency. All these other methods are just methods. But if without consistency, it doesn't matter if you're running using 80-20 hill repeats, Maffetone method, Kavarvan method, heart rate training, low heart rate training. Like really, it doesn't really matter. What matters is about being consistent and true to yourself and getting out and running. So if you want to see results, click here on when I ran 90 days in a row and you can see what happened to me. Hopefully it can happen to you too. I don't mind running in the rain when it's warm, but running in the rain when it's cold, that's a whole other ball game, I'll tell you that. Oh, spring in Canada. It's always fun. Thunderstorms have blown over, so that's a good thing. But I'm upping my mileage, guys. I'm upping my mileage. I'm going for about 90-minute runs. I think that started on Sunday. Obviously, yesterday didn't happen due to gear malfunction. Well, not malfunction. I just didn't bring certain things with me, so I really couldn't run. But yeah, I'm upping my mileage to 90 minutes, an hour and a half. Number of times a week, and we'll see if we can get it up to 2 hours, because I like that distance, I like that time, and I always feel pretty epic after a run like that. So I just got to get myself up early in the morning to make it happen. That's really what it comes down to. 90 minutes of running in the rain. It's always fun, specifically when you're in Canada and Ontario at this time of year, because it's cold when it rains. It's not like I'm wearing shorts, but it's still cold. Anyways, 90 minutes, second time this week. Pretty happy with that. Welcome to spring in my backyard. There's the river. It's just starting. This should be fun.